Good morning, beautiful people. I am so excited to come back to you with my day 4 of my challenge, where I talk about things that I am grateful for. And I hope that this inspires you to think of at least one thing that you can be grateful for, because there's always so many things that you can be grateful for. And for me, I want to dedicate this one to everyone who has touched my heart or my soul, right? Because most of us love saying that we are self-made, but for me, I know for sure that there's so many people who played a very important role in my healing journey, in my growth, in just nurturing or helping me to become the best version that I am. And today I want to start by being grateful for the three, not three, actually, I have a lot of YouTubers that have played a very important role in my life, but I want to mention just three or four because the list is endless. Right, the first person that has encouraged me and helped me was Alexis. She teaches about feminine energy. I love her quiet confidence, the way she carries herself, the way she shows up, her discipline, the way she lives her life unapologetically. For me, that is so inspiring, right? The second person that I can think of is I forgot his name, but his channel is Artist Morning. That guy made me fall in love with meditation. On my worst days, I used to wake up in the morning and just meditate at 5 a.m. And sometimes I would just cry. And I love the way he used to say during his meditation that there's no right or wrong way to meditate. And for me, that made me have so much ease. It made me know that I don't have to be right. I don't have to be so hard on myself if the thoughts are not disappearing the way I'd love for them to disappear immediately. And he made me fall in love with meditation. And then the third one is Breathing by Sandy. I discovered this guy maybe last year. He was recommended to me by another YouTuber that I love, House of Vibrations. And I love his meditations. His meditations have like beautiful music, and and his backgrounds as he's meditating is always so beautiful. It's always like an ocean or like nature, and the sounds are just so soothing. It makes me look forward to just meditate, breathing with him, whether it is in the morning or in the evening. I love him so much, and there's so many people that I can mention here. The list is endless. Like I said, there's this lady Jalen. She embodies wealth and confidence and a goddess queen. I love her so much. Her affirmations have also changed my life. And then another lady that I really love as well, that I've not seen on YouTube for a very long time, which I wish she's okay. Her name is Nigel Sim. I love her so much. She teaches about self-love, and one of the videos that I loved from her, she was saying like how we see if you love yourself by the way you treat yourself. And I feel like sometimes we just do things for the sake of doing them, but we don't know that people can tell if you love yourself by the way you respect yourself, by the way you show up for yourself, by the way you keep going when it's hard. People can tell that you love yourself, and I love her so much. And then another thing that I wanted to be grateful for today, like I said, I am not man-made. There's so many people that have made me throughout my life. And then now thinking about the books that have changed something in me, one of the books is The Courage to Be Disliked. It teaches about authenticity, and there's so many lessons that I've gotten from that book. One of the lessons was that sometimes you see something in you and you feel like this is not good enough. So this guy was talking what why am I speaking so fast today? So this guy was talking about how he is short, right? This healer, and he was like, being short is not a problem. It just depends on how you look at it. So the problem is not that you're short. The problem is that you think that being short is a problem. And I think this applies to anything in life, like anything that you don't really like about yourself. You might think that there's something wrong with it, but there's nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is how you label that, is what you think towards that. And even he even made an example that because he is short, he is approachable. And he said that if he was a big man and scary and like nacho, maybe he would be intimidating, and then people would not feel comfortable to go and get healing from him, which means that things that you think could have been better, things that you think that God could have made different, they might have a reason. So the problem is not the thing, it is how you think about the thing. I hope that makes sense, right? And then another book that changed my life is The Midnight Library. I loved that book so much. So in essence, it teaches us about how we are always chasing an emotion. Like you want to be excited, you want to be happy, you want to be joyful, and you think that if I can get that car, if I can get that house, if I can get that relationship. So what that book has taught me is that all the emotions that you are looking for out there, you have access to them right now. You have the ability to reach out for that emotion that you're looking for and be happy now. You don't have to wait for a perfect car. You don't have to wait for a perfect relationship. You don't have to wait for your kids. You don't have to wait for anything. Any emotion that you're looking for is already within you. And for me, that has changed my life. And then another book that I can think of, like I said, the list is endless, is which one am I gonna? Oh, Who Moved My Cheese? I read this book maybe in 2019. That is when I started to get into this journey of self-improvement. So Who Moved My Cheese is basically about how change is inevitable, right? So meaning that there will always be change whether you like it or not. And I feel like right now our biggest thing that has changed is AI. And what that book has taught me is that the cheese, so in that, I don't know how to explain this in simple terms, but in that book it's about these characters that used to go every day to go get their cheese, right? And then one day they discovered that their cheese was not there, and then they were so stressed as to who moved my cheese, and then they waited for their cheese to come back. But what they didn't notice is that cheese was slowly getting moved piece by piece. It didn't just disappear overnight, right? Which is the same thing with change. When something is changing, it doesn't just change overnight, it changes bit by bit. But if you're not aware, if you're not seeing what is happening around you, one day you will wake up and everything will be different, because the change sometimes is so subtle. And when it comes to I know that some people are so scared of AI, but for me, I feel like instead of being scared of AI, what if you looked at how can AI change my life, or how can AI help me to achieve what I want to achieve? So instead of being scared about AI, you learn about it. You find out how it can improve your life. And because there's nothing you can do about AI is there, and AI is going to get better as time goes by. So change is change is coming. So change is coming whether you like it or not. What is important is for you to adjust, to learn, and see how can this change help you. That was a really amazing book. It was recommended by a leader at Standard Bank, and I loved that book so much. And I love that it was short, right? So I finished it, I think, in a day or so. And then what else did I want to be grateful for today? And then I'm going to talk about two podcasts. I'm going to talk about two podcasts that I am so grateful for. One is from Aaron Doughty. I think that's his name. He talks about also self-improvement, meditation, all of those things. I love his videos so much. One of the lessons that I've learned from him is it's possible that you need to just express yourself to heal, because when you are keeping things in, when you are pretending like you're not angry when you're angry, when you are abandoning yourself, you are not helping yourself. And he talks about how sometimes you will find in your environment that you meet people who have a thing in you that needs to be healing. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but like he says, let's say, for example, you had a parent where you had to be a people pleaser too. What will happen is you will find that maybe in your work or in your relationships, you still find that there are people that you need to be a people pleaser to. And until you heal that relationship that you had with that parent, that cycle will continue to go on. And I love his content so much. And then another new lady that I discovered recently, her name is Jen Datsizi. I don't know how to really pronounce her name, but she also talks about self-love, self-improvement, manifestation, and I love those people so much. And their list is endless, to be honest. There is also like Tony Robbins, there is Sarah Jakes from the spiritual side where she has sermons. There is Robert Madu. There is so many people that have touched my life, that have inspired me, that has given me hope to keep going. And the crazy thing is they don't even know me, and I'm so grateful for all of them. And I think I'm saying all of this to say that sometimes when you are shining your light, when you are in just recording a video, for an example, for YouTube, you don't know who you're touching. And if you're scared, I want to encourage you to go out there and do that, because you might be inspiring someone that you don't even know, that you have never met, that you will never meet. But your light is really something that you need to let shine. And I hope that this helps, and I hope that it inspires you to think of someone that you can be grateful for. It can be someone in your cycle, in your life, that you can really even go to them and say, thank you for touching me. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for helping me. And the last thing that I will say is thank you to you for watching my content. I'm so grateful for the subscribers, for the likes, for your energy, and for spending your time with me. I really appreciate you. Have a day as beautiful as you are. Oh, I forgot to also do like a recap. The recap is yesterday, my intention was to be grateful, and I feel like I did a great job with that. And my priority was to be productive, and I'm not gonna lie, I was not as productive as I would have loved to be. But in those moments, I learned to have compassion to myself and to be aware and know where I can improve without beating myself down. And for the day, the priority again is to be productive, to finish my reports, and I am confident that I will. And the intention for the day is to be happy. Today, I just want to be happy. I want to look for things that I can be happy for. I want to smile. I want to laugh for no reason. I want to dance around my house, and it's warm. It's cold today, so I want to keep myself warm as well. So have a beautiful day. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.